Yes, guys, welcome back to Box Football, and I'm here to preview the World Cup final. We finally made it. After 6 weeks of scintillating football, we now have two teams left, Argentina and France. And when I mean, like, when you look at both teams' journey to the final, it wasn't easy. Forget about the fact that obviously how grueling was just to get there, from the point of view that like they had to win the 6 games. Um, it was the start of their journey, and they both had contrasting starts, but both difficult in different ways. So France came into the competition, guys, as you guys remember, with loads of injuries, having Kante go down, Paul Pogba going down, Kimpembe go down, and Benzema going on the eve of the World Cup, and myself, I had France to be the biggest disappointment of the World Cup, and they find themselves here. Fair play to Didier Deschamps and fair play to the squad. We know the biggest things with France is like the ego side of it, and all the crazy stuff going on with the Paul Pogba stuff this year with all that stuff with his family. That didn't help the French team, but the fact that they're able to come together, with players not being in form like Antoine Griezmann, and they're being in this shape right now to be in another final. Hats off to them. Even Didier Deschamps, how much speculation was about him and his time at France, and this notion about Zinedine Zidane and like when he's gonna come in. What Didier Deschamps gonna take this France team to the World Cup in the first place, and for them to be here is incredible. And then on the other hand is Argentina, and they started off coming into the World Cup on a crazy unbeaten streak. I think they were one off the record by Italy. I can't remember the actual number, but then they lose to Saudi Arabia after taking the lead, and they just think that, oh, what's going on with this team? And then people looking down the team say, when you actually look down the team, you take away players like Di Maria and Messi, it's not really that great of a team. All the criticisms that they got, but they regrouped and they found themselves here. And just like Spain in 2010, they lost their first game of the World Cup, and they found themselves in the final, and obviously they won it. Maybe will that be Argentina's fate? We wait and see. But both teams who've had difficult starts in different ways found themselves here in the final. And I look at this final from the point of view of how historic this is. In my opinion, this is the most historic final since 2010. Now, 2010 World Cup final, we had two teams in Netherlands and Spain who never won the World Cup before, so you're guaranteed a brand new winner. This one, you're not guaranteed a brand new winner, but I'll tell you what you are guaranteed. One team will have 3 World Cups. So Argentina and France both have 2 each. So whoever wins will get their 3rd World Cup. And we look at it from 2 standpoints. Let's look at it from the Argentina standpoint first. Obviously, they get their 3rd World Cup. They get closer to Brazil. But around that, let's be honest, the reason why we cheer for Argentina, a lot of people cheer for Argentina, is the fact that they have Messi, and everybody wants to see Messi win this World Cup, and how big it would be for his legacy to win this World Cup. From the point of view of, he wins it, to a lot of people, the goal debate's over. And to me, if he wins it, it's over. Yeah, I know Pele won 3. I know Maradona's Maradona. But Messi would have played in the final, and he would have had a World Cup too in this one, if he does go on to win it. In my opinion, with the body of work he's had, with the records, with the Ballon d'Ors, with the Champions Leagues, with the stuff he's done with Barcelona, even the stuff he's done with Argentina prior to that, to me, it makes him the greatest footballer to ever live. And to me, in my opinion, Messi's the best football player I've ever seen. But in terms of GOAT, there's a different conversation. The greatest is a different conversation to have. And he adding that chip, that, what's it called again? When you look at, I don't know if you're a big Marvel fan, when Thanos got all the stones, and he got the last one, the Infinity Stone, and he done his thing. That's what Messi is. He's collected everything. He gets that one. It's like, what more do you want this guy to do? In my opinion, he goes down as the greatest football player of all time. And not only that, I think he hands in a resume, and he puts a foot forward to be arguably the greatest athlete of all time, because he would have been able to complete football. There's nothing that Messi hasn't won if he does win this World Cup. So this is so historic. For Messi to win this World Cup, he puts his name with Pele, Maradona, R9, Beckenbauer, Zidane's, of this world. He puts him in that bracket. He already is, but in the winning bracket of the World Cup, and he gets a big one over his arch nemesis Cristiano Ronaldo. I wouldn't say nemesis, great rival. But then on the other hand, France, and how big this is for them. Now, this is what I mean about historic. Messi wins it, how historic it's going to be. If France wins it, to a certain point, you can say it's probably more historic, because we're going to get back-to-back World Cup winners if France goes ahead and does this. Which is incredible. The last country to do that was Brazil in 1962. After winning it in 1958, they went back and won it in 1962, which is back to back. Now, France do this, they would have been back to back, and I don't think you understand the significance of this and for the players in this French team. Antoine Griezmann, who's had a tough time during the time at Barcelona, and even during his return to Atletico, all the stuff about the substitutions and amount of minutes played, he would be holding 2 World Cups. It's gonna be a different conversation with him, and especially his performances in this World Cup. Yeah, somebody like a Varane, 2 World Cups. Hugo Lloris, he don't win nothing with Tottenham, but he would have 2 World Cups. And only the Brazilians and Italians can speak about that. I'm talking about you winning it on like 2 separate occasions, which is incredible. And the biggest one for me, Kylian Mbappé. With what he has done with PSG, with what he has done with Monaco, he could be 23 years of age, yeah, with 2 World Cups, with the chance to go into the next World Cup with the opportunity to go 3 times. And then we're talking Pele numbers. This is insane. If France wins it, it's probably more historic because what they've done. And also, and I forgot to mention that Didier Deschamps, Olivier Giroud, what can you say to these guys if they go back to back? This is as historic as it gets. People like Zidane, Henry, yes, they played in the second final, but they failed to win it. We all know what happened with the Zidane headbutt, but that would have been 2 World Cups for them, but it's not. Mbappe, Griezmann, Lloris, Giroud, Dembele would have a chance to win 2 World Cups, which to me is above anything. But let's just take a look at where the game can be won and can be lost. And when you look at Argentina, especially when I looked at the last game against Croatia, they looked to kind of outdo Croatia in the middle because they play kind of a flat midfield 4 with not having really wingers. It was almost like a diamond shape, having Enzo Fernandez in there, Paredes in there, McAllister and Rodrigo De Paul all in there, who are, if you guys all know, all mainly central midfield players, and they did that to kind of nullify the threat of the Croatians with the fact that they had Brozovic, Kovacic, and Modric in there. Do I see them having the same approach against France? No, because I look at it from the point of view is that they're going to need something else going forward against France. You know, because France are already going to be dialed into the fact that we got to stop Messi. We have to stop the ball into Messi. And I know that is so hard, but it's gettable to a certain point. For Argentina to take the pressure off Messi, they're going to need other outlets. When you have 4 players who are just used to having the ball to feet and maybe not stretching the team there, that's going to be really tough for a player like Lionel Messi. So I see Argentina probably going back and calling somebody like an Angel Di Maria to come back there just to get the strain off Messi, because we all know Alvarez is going to be a big scare for France in his threat in the box and also his runs off Messi, which is a big thing. But I do believe that they're going to need another option in there that can be a threat offensively and like they can play the ball into, because the ball into Messi is a very obvious thing. And France know that if we can cut that out, that's halfway through stopping Argentina. If they go for another wide option there, I believe that they can be a lot more threatening and then create the space for Messi, who, if Messi's on it, it's going to be very, very hard for France to win this game. If Messi does what Messi does, No one can stop him. But the question is, do Argentina have enough around him offensively yet to make it easy for Messi to get Messi on the ball and be potent? And then on the French side, you have to look at it from the point of view, the wide areas, simply the wide areas, and what Kylian Mbappé does, what Ousmane Dembele does. And I won't be surprised to see, let's just say, if Argentina set up the way that they did against Croatia, that they kind of just double up on Mbappe a little bit and like make it hard for him. But on the other hand, that's where Theo Hernandez comes into it, because I think I seen a little thread. I seen a little stat that Theo Hernandez is in the top 10 of the most creative players in this World Cup with like 11 chances created. So for all the notion that, oh, it's Mbappe down that side, Theo Hernandez is creating as much as him, and then you've seen his ability to pop up and get that goal. And since his brother went down, he's been a revelation in there. So Mbappe and him is going to be a big part of that. Second bit for them, Dembele on the other side. Koundé doesn't really dumb down as much, or it's mainly just down to what Dembele can do there. And I think Dembele's had a good World Cup, but I'm still waiting for him to kind of have his moment in the knockout stage. And maybe this will be the day where he turns up and he's outstanding and he's ripping Argentina down the left hand side. Maybe it might be his game. And another part I want to look at is the part of Antoine Griezmann, and what type of role is he gonna play? Because I look at this from like France. I feel like they're comfortable without the ball, and I feel like they're going to be willing to give Argentina the ball in the game and seeing, can you create? And what like to me, what that does there is like gets them to sit back and create space in behind for players like Mbappe and Dembele. I haven't even mentioned Giroud there, but to me, it's Griezmann's link that is going to be the most important thing. And also, to me, I mentioned his link from attack to defense, but what he's doing off the ball, don't be surprised if he fills in and even drops into stop the balls going into Messi. So him even playing as a 10/8 is going to be a big part in that game, because I felt defensively he was tremendous against Monaco, and he's had 2 man-of-the-match performances against England and Morocco. But overall in this game, it's a tough one to look at, because I look at both teams and they come off a little bit negative from the point of view that they both kind of like to play on the counter. Argentina probably look a bit better on the ball from the point of view, like they got 4 last game they set up with 4 midfielders, and plus they have Lionel Messi in the team. On the counter attack, who can stop this French team? I tell you one thing about this French team that's big for me, is their ability to suffer in games. France like to suffer, and that's in like that could be a big part. It could be a 20 to 30 minute onslaught from Argentina, but France, they're going to be willing to withstand that. Why? Because they did that in the Moroccan game. They did that in the England game for a little bit. They can suffer, and maybe that's what gives them the edge. The fact that they were there 4 years ago. There's a new crop of players who want to smell this the success of players prior to that, and players who've already been there. They're gonna tell them, guys, we know how to get down the line. But if you're Argentina, on the other hand, they won a Copa America with a tough dogged display against Brazil. So both teams are going to come into it. I think it's going to be a cagey affair. I hope it isn't. I hope both teams produce a performance like they did last time in the 4-3 game in 2018. But I'm going to say I see France winning this. I'm going to say 2-1 France in extra time. So a bit more heartbreak from Messi from me at this moment of time. I'll probably change it getting close to it. Also, another thing we need to look at, the fact that there have been a lot of illnesses going down in the French team. So what's going to happen with Rabiot? What's going to happen to Upamecano? There's rumors about Konate and Varane going down with illness. So that's something that you guys we need to take a look at. But Tell me what you think. I've been rambling on for a good bit right now, but guys, tell me what you think. Who is going to win this World Cup? France or Argentina? Guys, is it going to be Messi or Mbappe? Mbappe can bring in a huge GOAT debate, a potential GOAT debate if he does win this one, because that's 2 for him. Comment down below, guys. Let us know. Please hit that subscribe button. This is Box to Box Football, and I will see you guys next time.